Good morning, my dear children. So today we are going to see one interesting lesson. In last video, that means yesterday's video, we have seen about human environment, right? Settlement, transport and communication. So in today's video, we are going to see about interactions, human environment interactions in the tropical and the subtropical region. The tropical and subtropical region, in that with two places we are going to see about the climate, flora and fauna, and what are the occupation and transport facility. Okay, we are going to see about all of this in today's video. Okay children, so what is the chapter name? Human environment interactions, the tropical and the subtropical region. So repeat along with me, my dear children. So what is the chapter name? Human environment interactions, the tropical and the subtropical region. So first we will see about this, and later one more topic about two more places from next lesson. That also we will see in this video. First we will cover these two topics. Okay. So first in this chapter we are going to see about in the Amazon basin and life in the Ganga Brahmaputra basin. So we are going to see about two basins. First one, life in the Amazon basin, and second one, life in the Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Okay. So first we are going to see about life in the Amazon basin. Okay. So tropical region which lies very close to the equator is called equatorial region. So equator is the center line, is dividing the earth into two equal halves. So the tropical region, next region to equator, the tropical region where it is very close to equator is called equatorial region. Okay children, so you understood what is equatorial region? Very good. Next, the place where a river flows into another body of water is called river's mouth. So what is a river's mouth? The place where a river flows into another body of water. So river is flowing into another body of water. That is called river's mouth. Okay children. Then like numerous tributaries, numerous branches of river join the Amazon river to form the Amazon basin. So how Amazon basin is formed? Numerous tributaries like branches of river that joins the Amazon river to form Amazon basin. Understood children? Okay. The river basin drains portion of Brazil, parts of Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, Colombia and a small part of Venezuela. So where it drains, where this river basin drains, portion of Brazil, it covers portion of Brazil, parts of Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, Colombia and a small part of Venezuela. Understood children? So what are the things we have seen in this slide? First, the tropical region next to equator, that region close to equator, that part is called equatorial region. And next point about river's mouth. So when a river flows into another body of water, that place is called river's mouth. Next, numerous tributaries like branches of rivers join the Amazon river to form Amazon basin. Okay, then this river basin drains portions of Brazil, parts of Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, Colombia and a small part of Venezuela. Okay children, so that's all in first slide. Now we are going to see about climate in Amazon basin. What is the climate in Amazon basin? Okay, the Amazon basin stretches directly on the equator and is characterized by hot and wet climate throughout the year. So Amazon basin, that is stretches directly near the equator, so it is like hot, very hot and like wet climate. Okay, and the day temperature is very high with very high humidity. Humidity means moisture in the air, right? That is high. So, very high temperature and very high humidity. At night time, temperature goes down, but the humidity, the amount of moisture in the air remains same. Next we are going to see about flora and fauna. Okay. What are the animals and plants we can see in the Amazon rainforest? In Amazon we have rainforest. We are going to see about what are the birds and what are the animals, reptiles, snakes, insects, fish, plants that we can see in rainforest. Okay. So, the forest of Amazon are thick and dense, very thick and very close and very big. That does not even allow sunlight to reach the ground. So, think how dense it is. Then we can find some plant parasites like orchids, bromeliads, like this some plant parasites we can find. And this rainforest is rich in fauna. We can find, fauna means we can find more plants and also we can find more animals. Okay. So, children, as you all know, what is fauna? Fauna is the all the animals we can find in that place, and flora means all the plants we can find in that place. Okay. So, that's all. Next we are going to see about each, like birds, what are the birds we can see, then animals, what are the animals we can see. So, we are going to see like that one by one. So, first we will see about bats. So, bat structures, toucans, hummingbirds, bats of paradise, oversized bills, etc. So, bats like what we can find? Toucans, hummingbirds, bat of paradise, oversized bill. So, that we can find. Then animals like monkeys, sloth, ant-eating tapirs are found here. So, what are the animals we can find more? Monkeys, sloth, ant-eating tapirs are found here. Then various species of reptiles and snakes are in the jungles. Okay, big reptiles and snakes also there, like crocodiles, snakes, pythons, anaconda, a boa constrictor or some of the species. So, you all know more about anaconda, right? Very good. So, besides, the basin is home for thousands of insects, thousands of species of insects, more species of insects are there. Then several species of fish, including the flesh eating, that means we will eat the flesh, like flesh of other animals and like other sometimes humans also. So, like flesh eating piranha fish are also found in the river. Piranha fish are also found in that river. Okay. So, next we are going to see about people of rainforest, how people are living there, how they are doing the occupation, what type of house they have built. So, that we are going to see in this slide. So, first, people grow their food in small areas after clearing some trees in the forest. So, first people clear some trees in the forest, then they will grow food. Okay. Men hunt and fish along the rivers and women take care of the crops. So, men will be like going for hunting animals, birds and for fishing along the river, and women will be take care of the crops, growing the crops, cultivating and everything. So, they mainly grow tapioca, pineapple and sweet potato. So, these are the crops they mainly grow. They practice slash and burn agriculture. So, you all know what is slash and burn agriculture. That means first they will do agriculture in one field, and after some particular time they will slash and bury that place, and they will move to the next place for doing agriculture. Okay. And after some time when the soil become unfertile, they slash and burn that place, then move to the next place, like that rotation. Okay, that is known as slash and burn agriculture. The next, the staple food is manioc, also known as cassava, that grows under the ground like potato. So, like potato and food, that is like manioc, that is their staple food, they eat more common. That is also known as cassava. Okay. They also eat queen ants and egg sacs. Okay, queen ants and egg sacs. Okay. Then some cash crops like coffee, maize and cocoa are also grown. The rainforest provide lot of wood for making house. Okay. Some families live in a thatched house shaped like beehives, the place where bee live, like that they will build some house. There are other large apartment like house called maloka with steeply slanting roof, like this, slanting roof. This is known as slanting roof. Okay, like this house also they will build. That is called as maloka. Okay. So over. So next we are going to see about the transport facility we have. Okay. So in olden days, the heart of the forest could be reached only by navigating the river. So in olden days, we can go into the river only through the river. Into the forest, we can go into the forest by only through the water. But now they are on Trans-Amazon Highway. What is that? Trans-Amazon Highway in 1970. When it was constructed in 1970, the Trans-Amazon Highway. So that made to access all the rainforest inside. Then aircraft and helicopter are used for reaching various places. Aircraft and helicopter also we can use there. Then population settled in new areas where they continue practice various type of farming, and because of some man or some activities, most of the areas of the rainforest are disappearing year by year in the Amazon basin. Okay. So that's all about Amazon basin. So first we have seen about where Amazon basin is, then we have seen about climate, then we have seen about flora and fauna there, then we have seen about people, occupation, houses, and last we have seen about transport facility and what is the current situation. Okay. So that's all about life in the Amazon basin. Now we are going to see about life in the Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Okay. So the tributary of river Ganga and Brahmaputra together form the Ganga Brahmaputra basin in the Indian subcontinent. So where Ganga Brahmaputra basin is? In Indian subcontinent, in our India. So tributaries, branches of river Ganga and Brahmaputra, they join together to form Ganga Brahmaputra basin. The basin lies in the subtropical region, that is situated between 10 degree north to 30 degree north latitude. So it is in subtropical region. This place is in subtropical region. The tributaries of river Ganga like the Gangra, the Son, the Champal, the Gantok, the Kosi, and the tributaries of Brahmaputra drained it. So what are the tributaries joined there or of Ganga are like Gangra, the Son, the Champal, the Gantok, the Kosi, and similarly like the tributaries of Brahmaputra also drained there. Okay. The plains of Ganga Brahmaputra, the mountains and foothills of Himalayas and the Sundarbans Delta are the main features of the basin. So in this basin, what is the attractive features we have? First, plains of Ganga Brahmaputra basin. That place we have some plain area. So that plain of Ganga Brahmaputra, then mountains, big mountains, and the foothills of the Himalayas and the Sundarbans Delta. So these are the places of main features of this basin. Okay. Then we can find more oxbow lakes dot the plain area. So you know what is oxbow lake, right? You have learned in the previous year how oxbow lake are formed. So oxbow lake, like in the turning, oxbow lakes are formed, right? So you have learned in the turning of the river, after some day that is separate lake is formed, that is called oxbow lake, right? So this area is dominated by monsoon climate. That means not like seasonal changes will be there. Sometimes some type of climate and other time other type of climate. That is called monsoon climate. Monsoon brings rains from mid-June to mid-September. So when rains from mid-June, June middle to September middle, rain will be there. And summers are like very hot and winters are like cool. So look to pictures about Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Okay. So next we are going to see about climate. So this area have varied topography. So different kind of climate and topography, and This environment provides the distribution of population. That means environment, according to the environment there, people will be, for the best environment, more people will be there. Okay. Then mountain areas with steep slopes have inhospitable terrain. So in mountain areas only less number of people live, but in the plain area more people live. That is suitable for human habitation. Then agriculture is the main occupation of the people, and density of population of the plains is very high. Comparing to the mountain area, in the plain area the density of the people is very high. The main crop they grow is paddy. The main crop they grow is paddy. Okay. Then since cultivation of paddy requires sufficient water, it is grown in the areas where the amount of rainfall is high. So for paddy cultivation, more rainfall is required. So they will do the paddy cultivation only in the area where they receive more rainfall. Understood, children? Very good. So next we will see about crops. Wheat, maize, sorghum, gram and millets. These are the other crops they grown, and cash crop like sugar cane and jute are also grown. Then West Bengal and Assam are famous for tea plantation. Tea plantation, what is famous? West Bengal and Assam. Then silk, that is produced through the cultivation of silkworms in parts of Bihar and Assam. So silk is also famous, the parts of Bihar and Assam. Then crops are grown on terraces in the mountain of hills. So crops are grown on the terraces also. In the mountain terraces also crops are grown. The vegetation cover of the area varies according to the type of landforms. So vegetation cover, different type of vegetation in different landforms. And in the Ganga Brahmaputra plain, tropical deciduous trees also grow along with teak, sal, peepal. So these kind of trees we can see more there. The thick bamboo groves are common in Brahmaputra plain. So big bamboo groves, that bamboo, you know, right, bamboo. So those are also common in that plain. Then delta area is covered with mangrove forest. What type of forest is here? Mangrove forest. In parts of Uttarakhand, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh, coniferous trees like pine, deodar and fir can be seen because the climate is cool and the slopes are steep. So in this area climate is cool, so we find some coniferous trees like pine, deodar and fir. Okay, according to the climate and the vegetation also differs. Okay. So next we are going to see about animals. Animals we can see in that plain in Ganga Brahmaputra basin. So first we will see about Brahmaputra plain. In that elephants, tigers, deer, monkeys are common. Then the one-horned rhinoceros, that is found in Brahmaputra plain, one-horned rhinoceros. Then in delta area, Bengal tiger, crocodiles and alligator are found. An aquatic life abounds in the fresh river water, the lakes and Bay of Bengal sea. Like most popular variety of fish like rohu, katla and hilsa that are famous, rice and fish is a stable diet of the people living in the area. So here what is the stable diet of the people? Rice and fish. What is the stable diet of the people in Ganga Brahmaputra plain? Rice and fish. Okay. The Ganga Brahmaputra plain has several big towns and cities like Allahabad, Kanpur, Varanasi, Lucknow, Patna and Kolkata with more population. Okay. So what are the famous towns and cities in Ganga Brahmaputra plain? Repeat along with me. Allahabad, Kanpur, Varanasi, Lucknow, Patna and Kolkata, and all with more population. Then waste water from these towns and industries are discharged in the river. So since waste water are discharged in the river, the water is polluted. The water is polluted. Okay children. The next we will see about transport. So in Ganga Brahmaputra basin, all 4 ways of transport are available in this area. All 4 ways of transport. What are the 4 ways of transport? Airways, railways, roadways and waterways. All are available here. In the plain areas, the roadways and railways transport the people from one place to another. Then waterways is an effective means of transport, particularly along the rivers also. Then tourism, that is an important activity. Like we have Taj Mahal on the banks of river Yamuna in Agra, Allahabad on the confluence of river Ganga and Yamuna, then Buddhist stupas in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, Lucknow with its Imambara, Assam with Haziranga, Manas with wildlife sanctuaries, and Arunachal Pradesh with a distinct tribal culture. So these are the places worth for a visit. Tourism places we have in Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Okay children, so that's all in that chapter. So what all the things we have seen about two places. First, what is the chapter name? Human environment interaction, tropical and subtropical region. First we have seen in life in Amazon basin. Then we have seen life in Ganga Brahmaputra basin. In both terms we have seen first about climate, then about flora and fauna, then about people, occupation, how they live, and what is the current situation, what kind of transport. These are the things we have seen in this chapter, and now we are going to see about life in the deserts. How life is in the deserts. Okay. So first here also we are going to see the two places as an example. So first we will see about overview of desert. What is desert? So desert is an arid region characterized by extremely high or extremely low temperature. So in desert we will have like extremely hot temperature or extremely low temperature. So and vegetation is like very poor vegetation. So depending upon the temperature there can be hot desert or cold desert. So we will see one hot desert example and we will see one cold desert example. First we will see about hot desert. Sahara. So you might have heard this term Sahara. So Sahara is the hottest desert. Okay. So Sahara is the world's largest desert. It has an area of around 8.54 million square kilometer. So how much area is there, right? 8.54 million square kilometer. Repeat along with me. 8.54 million square kilometer. The Sahara Desert touches 11 countries. So this Sahara Desert that touches 11 countries in Africa. What are those? Algeria, Chad, Egypt, Libya, Mali, Mauritania, Morocco, Niger, Sudan, Tunisia and Western Sahara. Okay, 11 countries. It touches 11 countries. In the Sahara Desert, there are gravel plains like plain area, then elevated plateaus area and very rocky surface. The rocky surface may be more than 2,500 km high at some places. Okay, so look at these two pictures of Sahara Desert. Okay, so now we will see about the climate. So climate is like extreme and hot and patchy dry climate. So like very hot, extreme hot climate and very dry. And it has a short rainy season. The sky is cloudless and clear, like very heat, okay, sunny. Here the moisture evaporates faster than it accumulates. So because of more heat, like extreme heat, moisture like evaporate before it forms. The temperature during the day may soar as high as 50 degrees centigrade, heating up the sand and bare rocks, which in turn radiates heat, making everything around hot. So because of the heat, all the rock and sand also will get heated and it's like very heat. Okay. The night may be freezing cold with temperature nearing 0 degree. At night time it is like freezing cold. Morning time it is very hot and night time it is very cold. Then we will see about flora and fauna. What are the flora and fauna we can see? In the Sahara Desert, vegetation includes like cactus, date plants and acacia. In some places there are oases, green islands with date palms surrounding them. Then animals like camels, hyenas, jackals, foxes, scorpions and many variety of snakes and lizards are the animals we can find. Then we will see about the people. So the Sahara have been inhabited by various groups of people doing various different kind of activities. Among them Bedouins and Tuaregs, who are tribes, okay, nomadic tribes. That means that tribes will be moving from place to place. They will not stay on one place. They keep on moving, nomadic tribes. So rearing livestock such as goats, they will grow such as goats, sheep, camels and horses. These animals provide them with milk, hides from which they make leather from bells, slipper, water bottles. Hair is used for making mat, carpet, cloths and blanket. Okay, they wear heavy robes as protection against dust storms and hot wind. So they wear heavy robes as like dress. Okay, so that like against dust storm and hot winds it can protect them. Next, those in Sahara, the Nile Valley in Egypt supports settled population. So as in Sahara and Nile Valley, you can found some water supports settled population. Since water is available, the people grow date palms there. Crops such as rice, wheat, barley and beans are also grown. Egyptian cotton, famous worldwide, is grown in Egypt. So Egyptian cotton is like very famous all over the world. That is grown in Egypt. The discovery of oil is constantly transforming the Sahara Desert. So in Sahara Desert they have found more oil. Another minerals also we can found like iron, phosphorus, manganese and uranium. Then cultural landscape of Sahara is undergoing change. Glowing glass cased office building tower over mosque and super highways crisscross the ancient camel paths. So now they have built some buildings, then mosque and super highways, so that all like it is changed. Okay, the landscape is changed. Then trucks are replacing camels in salt trade. So previously they used for transport purpose they use camel, now they are using trucks. Then trucks are seen acting guides to foreign tourists. So from foreign tourists, many tourists will be come to this desert for seeing, right? So this tourists, the people there, they like or act like guide. They will explain their places and they will take to the like guide, tourist guide. They will be working. More and more nomadic herdsmen are taking to city life, finding jobs in oil and gas operations. So they are moving to cities in finding jobs, oil and gas operations. Okay, so that's all about Sahara Desert. Now we are going to see about the cold desert, Ladakh. Ladakh is in India. Okay, so Ladakh is the cold desert lying in Great Himalayas on the eastern side of Jammu and Kashmir. So it is lying in the eastern side of Jammu and Kashmir. Karakoram range in the north and Zanskar mountain in the south, it encloses the place. And several rivers flow through Ladakh, among them Indus being the most important. So many rivers flow through that and Indus is the most important, and many glaciers we can find. Among that one is famous Gangri Glacier. Glacier you know, right? Ice, like ice is covered all over the mountain or ice mountain. Okay. Next we will see about the altitude in Ladakh varies from about 3000 meter in Kargil and to more than 8000 meter in Karakoram. Okay, and due to this high altitude the climate is like extremely cold. The climate is like extremely cold, but sometimes the heat of the the heat of the sun we can feel. Okay, the place is like extremely cold, even though we can feel the heat of the sun. The day temperature in summer or just above 0 degree and night temperature well below minus 30 degrees Celsius. So daytime it is like 0 degree and night temperature it is below minus 30 degrees Celsius. Then Ladakh lie in the rain shadow of the Himalaya, due to which It receives little rainfall as low as 10 centimeter every year, and the area experiences freezing winds. It will experience freezing winds and burning hot sunlight. See, they are feeling it experiences freezing wind as well as burning hot sunlight, both at a time, both at a place. And next, and fauna. So flora and fauna, what kind of the plants and what kind of animals we can see in this place. First, due to high aridity, the vegetation is very less, okay, like small grasses and shrubs we can find there and here, and the groves of willows and poplars are seen in the valley. So some willows and poplars, so that we can see in the valley. During the summer, fruit trees like apples, apricot and walnut bloom. So that's all the flora. And next, robin, redstart, Tibetan snowcock, raven and hopi are sighted in Ladakh. Some of these are migrating birds. Migrating birds means some days they will be here and after that they will move to other place. When this climate doesn't suit, they will go to the other place. Then animals like wild goats, wild sheep, yak, special kinds of dogs are there. The animals are reared to provide milk, meat and hides. Next, people. Here maximum people are like Muslims or Buddhists. Okay. So we can find many gombas there, Buddhist worship places like Hemis, Tikse, She, Lamaru. And in summer season, people are busy cultivating barley, potato, beans and turnip. And climate in winter months is so harsh, so that people keep themselves engaged in festivals and ceremonies. So summer season they will be cultivating crops. In winter months they will be enjoying themselves in festivals and ceremonies. Women work not only in the house but also in the fields and manage small business and shops. Leh is the capital of Ladakh. So what is the capital of Ladakh? Leh. Leh is the capital of Ladakh. It's well connected both by road and air. That means roadways and airways. Next. So tourists, that is the main attraction point of Ladakh. Ladakh attracts many tourists. So major activities, several tourists streaming from India and also abroad. Foreign people also will be coming to that place. Life of people is undergoing change due to modernism. So now people are changing. People of Ladakh over the centuries learned to live in balance and harmony with nature. So like due to scarcity of water and fuel, they are like very care and use it very care. They learn to live with balance. Okay. So that's all my dear children. Thank you for listening very patiently until now. So in second part we have seen life in that two places. First we have seen hot desert Sahara and next we have seen cold desert Ladakh. Ladakh is in India. So Sahara is in Africa. So we have seen two deserts. First we have seen where it is. Then we have seen climate, flora and fauna, people, transport. That's all. Okay. So thank you children. Thank you for listening. Just listen this video once again and note down like first you note down like life in Amazon basin. Okay. Then life in Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Then desert. Sahara desert, Ladakh desert, like you just note down, then you write this side like a tabular column. Down you write like what is that, where it is located, then climate, flora and fauna, transport, people, occupation, house. You write like this, then you just note down. I'll listen the class once again and note down the points there. Okay. So that will be easier for you to understand. Okay. So thank you children. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.